What is up, guys? Welcome back to Whetto's World. It's your boy Whetto, and we got a whole bunch of dope information for you on this episode. This one is guaranteed to have you feeling some type of way on starting your own hustle. So on today's episode, I'm joined with my man Shawnee G. He's gonna break down his haircut styles, his artwork, what he's doing in his own passion and his own lane. So first and foremost, you know we gotta shout out Canes. Chicken, what combo you picking? They're here in Las Cruces with us, right up the street down Tell Shore. So thank you for Canes for shouting us out and giving us some free chicken. So with that, you already know, as tradition, we're gonna hit you with a quick commercial break and we're gonna dive right into my man and his hustle. So we'll see you soon. Alright guys, welcome back to Whetto's World. So it's your boy Whetto, and I got my man Shawnee G. So let's dive right into this. My man Shawnee G, if you would, for anyone that doesn't know you, go ahead and talk about yourself and let them know what you represent and what you're about.
Well, shoot, my name's Shawnee G, aka Rashawn Garcia. Shoot, Shawnee G started with the and it's kind of, I actually got that from what's the movie with Mean Girls?
Okay.
You remember the dude that was rapping Kevin G?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So my cousin, he would always rap that full verse, and shoot, he eventually just switched it up to Shawnee G and instead of Kevin G, and kind of just stuck, man, and
Kept it, yeah.
yeah, and you know, so with that, I just kind of ran with it, and these days, you know, I'm kind of represent what I represent, what I'm trying to stand for, what I want to push is, you know, just the average person that knows they have, you know, a lot of potential, because I feel like everybody has, you know, some sort of goal, some sort of vision, especially when you're young.
Right.
I always knew when I was little I was going to be something great.
There you
And I
go,
feel like
man.
everybody, you know, has that. And, you know, I feel like I represent the masses, the majority of people that, you know, have those goals and those dreams, but kind of, you know, lose sight along the way just because of, you know, average life things. Like, you know, you get bombarded with mishaps or, you know, just anything that can throw you off course and get you off focus. But, you know, the perfectly imperfect, man.
Okay.
The making mistakes and learning from them, and just, you know, the will to keep pushing on, man. No matter what happens, just gotta stay humble, and you know, that's really what I want to push these days, if anything.
Yeah, you
know?
gotta keep moving forward. Hell yeah.
I mean, I cut hair, I draw. I started drawing, you know, when I was in 3rd grade, and I was living in North Carolina at the time, and there was this little school that I would always see on TV, and they would it was like a little drawing kind of test, see where you're at, you know.
Yeah, test the skills, see what you got. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I sent in for one of those and drew my little pictures, whatever, sent it back, and it actually said, you know, I had some potential.
Oh, yeah.
But the only thing that was stopping me from attending their school was my age. I was in 3rd grade, man, and
Way above the rest of them. Hell yeah.
So ever since then, I stuck with it, and you know, so it started basically just with the whole art thing. I've always dabbled in anything that could be customized, or you know, like I said, hair. It's art. It's all art to me, man. And
That's what's up.
so basically, yeah, it started with, you know, art, but it branched off into barbering.
And it grew into a whole lot more. That's what's up, brother. Now are you from Las Cruces?
Yeah, I was actually born in Las Cruces.
Hey.
Moved around a lot because my father was in the military.
Okay.
So, you know, lived in Germany, lived in Fort Bliss for a little bit, also Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Man, so you've traveled. You got a lot of experience on traveling and seeing different cultures, so you can pick up, you know, different styles of art, haircuts, and stuff like that. And it shows with, you know, my little fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? You keep me looking right. So I appreciate you on that one, my man.
Oh man, thank you.
So that's what's up. Now, as you're moving forward with your hustle and how you have different concepts that you pick up. Now, what kind of direction would you say that you're trying to take, like your branding and what you're trying to do with your haircuts? Where are you going with that?
Well, you know, I want to start. My main direction is haircutting right now. You know, and that's always been my passion per se. Like I said, art is my passion. But barbering, you know, I mean, that's been in my life forever. So I want to continue to push that. I like making people feel good, and look good, feel good. So, you know, stick with that philosophy, and I just want to continue to push barbering, and you know, with that success comes, you know, the opportunity to open up more doors for clothing, anything customized, basically. You know, because you know, growing up, nobody, you know, like a lot of people don't really have like enough money to buy like the Louis, the Gucci, the Prada.
The up top, a lot of people don't really, they like to chase tags and don't really understand what it means to hustle for the bag.
Exactly, man.
Definitely.
So, and you know, growing up like that, you always got to find a way around something. There's always, you know, an alternative, and shoot, that was always my philosophy with things. You know, like there's always a way around something. There's always a way to get what everybody else is after, but in a simpler way. You know, it's work smarter, not harder.
But definitely, it's always a lot easier when you work smarter instead of harder. I feel like the reward on that is always going to be way more plentiful for sure. But sometimes, you know, every now and then you gotta truck through some mud in order to understand how the flower is grown.
Oh man, definitely.
So that's really cool though, that you know that you pick, like I said, you pick up different avenues and you move in different directions with, you know, your art, your haircuts, the way you have like your customization and your clothing and stuff like that. So that's fucking dope, man. Now when you're doing all these type of things, how are you trying to avoid, you know, doing any kind of, like if you run into hiccups or something like that, do you have like I think it's writer's block for, you know, anybody that's in like typing and, you know, does story work, but do you have like any kind of adversities that you gotta overcome with?
Yeah, well, taking it back to like the writer's block, you know, shoot, when I feel like I'm overloaded or overworked with, you know, something I'm stuck, I let it go and let it come back.
Yeah,
you
kind of set it down for a minute and come back to it?
Yeah, definitely, man. You can't rush any process. And that's where, you know, a lot of people, they get disappointed, they set standards that...
Way up here before you even start down here.
Exactly, man. They see the end result before, you know, they even start thinking about the work that's put into it.
Right. Gotta lay the framework. If without the framework or a blueprint, you know, I feel like you're kind of just out there in la la land trying to hope it's gonna work or hope that's gonna stick, unless you formulate a plan, you write it down, you seize it, and you attack it.
Oh, definitely, man.
So it's a lot easier to do that. Now you speak on your branding. Now you have your own brand, correct?
Yeah, correct, man. That's what I want to... I've always wanted to be known for me. You know, I want to brand myself. What I think it's called a conglomerate, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I want to, you know, just... I want my name to be synonymous with the brand, and the brand to be synonymous with everything. I want to, you know, have my hand in anything I can get into, anything I can, you know, find some success in. And, you know, I eventually want to branch off into helping my friends and family and anybody else with goals to, you know, achieve them as well.
Yeah.
If I could set that platform, just, you know, similar to what you're doing, you know, by having your guests up here and, you know, giving them a platform to really speak on what they do. And, you know, because a lot of people out here in Las Cruces, you know, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of talent and potential.
Lots of talent.
And it's kind of overshadowed by the, I don't want to say so much greed or jealousy, but just, you know, people not wanting people to make it before they make it.
I feel like that is definitely right on the head. You know, that as much as I love reaching out with everybody, you know, I want everyone to come in here, do your own thing. I want to see what your hustles are about, but you have hit it, like I said, right, the nail on the head. I feel like a lot of us here, I don't know if it's just because we live in New Mexico and we're not Cali and everyone's doing their own thing as it is, kind of thing like that, but a lot of us, I feel like we're kind of stuck in our own ways and don't want to open up to, hey, look, I got an idea. How about you move with this? How about, you know, take my suggestion, I take yours, and we can both profit from it.
Yes.
So there's definitely a lot of ego, I think.
Ego, it's man, it stands in the way of a lot of things, man. Everything, even you know, like you said, people have an idea, but they kind of need a second opinion. Yeah. They don't really believe in themselves as much as they should. I read this book. It's called Self-Reliance, and don't quote me on this, but to sum it up, the author, he was saying that, a lot of the great thinkers like Aristotle and, Leonardo da Vinci, they were great thinkers because they took their word for truth before anybody else. They didn't need a second opinion.
Hell yeah.
They were the innovators, they set the trends, and they didn't need a second opinion. You got to trust yourself before anything.
Right.
And that's where I stand with that.
And the brand Blurry Vision, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, where does the name come from? Like, why did you pick Blurry Vision?
Blurry Vision. So first, the name was Peyote brand clothing.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and for reasons probably you can probably
you can
guess.
tell where that's coming from.
Yeah. So, but the brand always had 3 eyes in it.
Okay.
And so that eventually switched from Peyote brand clothing to Blurry Vision because I really had no idea what I wanted to do. No idea what direction I wanted to stick with and focus on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was always into customizing things. I remix a lot of already known logos. Just to
Throw your own spin.
Yeah, man. And so the Blurry Vision part came from basically, everyone having some sort of success, some sort of goal set in their mind, like I said before,
right.
And not quite knowing how to get there. And, the vision's there, but you might not know how to get there. So, it's going to be blurry until it gets clear, until you keep on going, until you find, your niche, whatever you're good at. And, still to this day, oh shoot,
you're good.
I've got an idea of, what direction I'm going in, but not to be cliche here, the vision's still blurry.
Hell yeah.
It's still blurry, man. I know I want success. I know I want success for the people around me as well.
Right.
But, just going with the flow, as long as it's in a positive direction and, the passion and love behind it, nothing can go wrong.
That's the best to it, man. As long as you put your passion into your persistence, you're always going to come out with paper, no matter which way you look at it. So life is like a sandwich. Either way you flip it, the bread comes first. So you always got to be on top of your game. With that, guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into this chicken a little bit more, what I got left. We're going to hit you guys with a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to dive into his brand, Blurry Vision, a little bit more, his haircut styles, and his art. So catch you in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. Here we are on Whetto's World. I got my man Shawnee G. We're diving into his haircuts, his artwork, and everything else in between. Now my man is from Las Cruces. He's representing the brand that he has created his own in Blurry Vision. Nobody knows the path that you take, but you always got to take the path to success in either fashion of however you're going to do it. So my man is kicking ass and doing that to it. Now you speak on your logo for the Blurry Vision, and I would imagine that with the 3 fingers that you have in the cross, like you have on the pins that you do, is that representing your hometown?
Exactly, yeah, man. So, like you said, it does represent the hometown, and with that comes the 3 eyes as well.
Right.
3 crosses, 3 eyes. So the 3-eye part of the logo, it actually represents, a higher thinking, a philosophy I have. Everybody knows about the 3rd eye movement.
Yeah.
So the mixture, the combination of the 3 eyes, 3 crosses is I want to enlighten my city. I want to help us become all that we can be.
I dig it. Hell yeah.
And I got love, for everybody here, even though they might not show it as much as I would like or anybody would like. But shoot, man, I got hope for my city, and there's a lot of potential and a lot of talent, like I said before, and I want everybody to, kind of step back and realize that for themselves as well, just as I did. And, it took me actually leaving to North Carolina, anywhere but here, to actually realize my potential and to see the worth in myself, to see that I could keep going. I'm not just going to, float along through life. And I feel like everybody else can, potentially do that if they put their mind to it, just maybe they have to hear it from somebody else.
Right.
And see that somebody else can do it. And which was, the case with myself, you had to see, a couple of my people fail and then make it out and be successful in order for me to actually believe that it's possible, And
Correct.
so, yeah, with the 3 fingers and the 3 eyes, it all stands for, the upbringing of Las Cruces and, New Mexico in general.
Right.
And because, we're a little city, but
Got a lot of heart.
got a lot of heart, man. Las Cruces is something different, man. I've been to a lot of places, and we stand out, but we haven't found our niche. Our thing that we're known for.
Right.
California has their thing. New York has it. You could tell when people are from certain places, and I feel like we're still trying to find ourselves as people here in the city, but. Yeah, man, I just really want, if anything, if I gain anything from the brand and, pushing this, I want to gain it's not even so much me gaining anything, I want everyone else to, see how can I put this, man?
Like the potential and what they possibly, we're sitting on gold. Technically, we're sitting on turquoise, and even that is worth tons of money. That's what my man Desert up here is for. That's what this is all about. It's a blend of all the cultures and everything that is represented through New Mexico that, we as hustlers, entrepreneurs, that's what it's all about. We got to stick together. We have to pick each other up. We have to be, like you said, on a conscious level. We got to awake and, put our foot on the map and let them know what it is. Now, you talk about success in that too. And, with that on the show, it's tradition that we pop a bottle for the success of what the person in front of me is doing. So my man, this one, shit,
that was
you.
Hey, man, that's exactly what I want.
So there we go, man. So the bottle is all yours, brother.
Man.
The success and many more to come from it. I hope nothing but the best for you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Here's yours to it. Welcome to DowatiwantIndustries, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Happy to have you on here. I knew that bottle was gonna pop crazy. The ride getting it was super bumpy today, but my man, cheers to you, brother. Cheers to Blurry Vision and everything you got going on. The haircuts, man. I hope you don't stop until you drop. So
can't stop, won't stop.
that's where it's at, brother. Now, speak on also, since we have with everything, with the success and everything, you have your vision going on. Now you have merchandise, haircuts, artwork. Now, under the brim of the hat that you rock. Well, that one, not that one, because that one's a Do What I Want hat. But we also have your hats, and under the brim, is What Would Victor Do?
Yeah. WWVD. It's a little spin-off of What Would Jesus Do?
Mm-hmm.
And I got that from after my cousin Victor Garcia passed away. Rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, Vic.
He was a very great person, very influential, very, very subtle with his words, but when he did speak, it demanded attention without him actually demanding it. And he was, the philosophy that came with, his name, the energy he brought, man, was just, to persevere, because if anybody's been through anything, it's him, man. He's been through.
He's definitely been through the ringer, and he was, every time I saw him, because, I'm with Chantel, we have our beautiful baby daughter, Riley. I'm part of y'all's family in my own sense now with you guys, so thank you to that. Every time I saw Vic, man, he was always, what's up, my man, how you doing? Always in high spirits. He, nothing that never seemed like nothing ever fazed him, and he was always on to the next hustle, constantly trying to do something more, so.
That's right, man, and shoot, he was one of the few that could, actually put me on to new ideas, and he really pushed me to be better than what I was doing at the time. And so he just kind of, man, he set the standard, the groundwork. He gave me a lot of tools for what I'm doing now. He's giving me clippers, a lot of paint, a lot of utensils that I use to this day. And he was always the perfect person to talk to, even if he didn't say a word back to me, man. He very good listener.
Very
The
good
energy he
listener.
brought was very calming. It was, you know, it's right here with what would Jesus do? Maybe even a little bit higher, you know, because I try to live by what would Victor do these days, because he's the epitome of hard work, of, you know, sticking it out through thick and thin. He's loyal, man. He was the bridge to a lot of people's communication in, you know, my family. Even though it's kind of ironic because, you know, he never really had social media. He was never really
He
about.
wasn't out there very much, but when he was in the room, everybody knew. He always had a smile on his face, and everybody had a good time with him around, man. It's sad that he is gone. You know, we all know that he is in a better place, and that alone is good. You know, just to know that. So
yeah, man, he graduated early. You know, like they said, a good die young.
That's correct.
It's for a reason, man. You
Cheers
need to
to
let
Victor,
it.
brother.
Cheers to him, man. Rest in peace, brother. And shoot, you know, he's not gone because the essence of him lives through, you know, what I'm doing now. You know, I'm trying to push his legacy on people. His, you know, just being humble.
the perseverance type of
Yeah,
stuff.
man. He lives through every good moment that I'm at. Every time I give back, without, you know, expecting anything in return. Every time I'm cracking up and I can't stop, that's Victor. You know.
That's where he's at. Hell yeah.
Man. He lives through all the good moments, and that's the essence of Victor. So, you know, I put it under the brim because, you know, every time I look up, I want to be reminded. And
Right.
it keeps me in check. You know, it keeps me going when, you know, I feel like shit. I don't want to do whatever I'm doing. I just want to lay down and just chill. It gets me back up and gets me back, you know, to the hustle.
It pushes you forward,
Yeah,
as
man.
it should, and that's good. It's always good to remember somebody in, you know, in a positive manner, man.
Yeah, man. And anytime his name is spoken, or, you know, I wanted to resonate with positive energy, and, you know, everything's gonna be all right.
Right.
And, you know, so that's giving me another little fire under my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me, but it's pushed me that much more. When he did pass away, you know, I thought it would make me, you know, like get up and grind right away, but it really didn't. You know, it kept me in bed and kept me kind of sad and down for a while. But then I thought, what would Victor do? You know, is he gonna, you know, lay down and just stay down, or Victor's always known for
Boy, he
getting
was
back
trying
up.
to fight all the time, pushing it
Yeah,
out the limits, man. He's a good man, brother. It sucks that, you know, that he had to pass early. But like you said, the good die young, and that's kind of where we're at with this. So, you know, cheers to my man Vic.
Cheers to him, man.
Rest in peace, my man. Rest in paradise, brother dog.
Yes, sir, man. We're gonna do you right, man. We're gonna
Yes,
honor
sir.
his name. Yeah, man. That's where that whole philosophy comes from, and that's where, you know, the enlightenment in my city as well comes, because Victor embodied that. He embodied the, you know, the love for everybody. He might not have known you, you know, like, not you per se, but, you know, he might not have known everybody in the city, but he definitely wouldn't turn you away if you needed help or, you know, needed anything. And I feel like that type of love is the purest love that anybody could, you know, ever give and ever receive. Like, it's unconditional, you know. So that's what I really want to represent these days. I want to do right by him and make him proud, man. I feel like I'm on my way to doing that, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And
I would say so, man. You're kicking ass in every venture that you take, and you're not taking no for an answer. So that's definitely got to be the groundwork of what he stood for. So,
yeah, man.
and it's you speak on nowadays, man. Everything's a challenge, especially, you know, with the way all of us are having to face this COVID situation.
Definitely.
But, you know, as long as you're taking your precautions and you're moving strategically and correctly in a positive manner, like you say, then, you know, the sky's the limit, to say the least.
Yes, sir.
Now on here, as well as popping a bottle, as crazy as they get, I also like to ask and understand what Do What I Want represents to you and how your hustle is a part of it.
See, do what I want, man. At first, you know, you can take it for face value. You know, I do what I want. But do what I want, to me, as I thought about it, it represents, you know, eliminating the fear, you know, in any in life, basically eliminating the fear in your ventures and what you want to do. Because when you eliminate the fear, then you start doing what you want.
That's right.
You know, so to me, do what I want stands for no fear, because fear will, you know, it's gonna stand in your way of actually living. So that's, you know, plain and simple, that's what it means to me. Like I said, you take face value,
Right.
and that's basically all you have to take it for. There's no fear. Do what you want and do what you love. Don't worry about what anybody else is thinking, because eventually somebody that's against you might just be on your, you know what I mean, on your side at the end of the day. So yeah, it's eliminating the fear, man. You gotta just, it's either fear or love. You know, you gotta be driven by one, and shoot, it's definitely not gonna be fear free. So
Hell no, not in this boat, man. It's always a sink or swim thing, and I'm kicking and swinging no matter what. You ain't never gonna catch me down no matter what, bro. So that's got to be one of the best answers I've got on this show so far. So thank you for that.
oh, thank you, man.
Now moving forward, you know, you got the whole situation. You got your branding, you got Blurry Vision. You're doing the haircuts. You got your art pieces. What do you have coming up next, brother? What are you working on now?
Shoot, with the as of right now, you know, I'm working on a couple of you know, with the COVID actually, you know, I'm bringing a lot of masks. I'm making a lot of masks, hats, and right now it's just I'm focused on the barber aspect. You know,
Okay.
just trying to get that out there and trying to really continue to perfect my craft.
Yeah.
You know, and there's never going to be a moment where I stop and say, you know, I did it and I'm done. You know, there's always room for improvement, and I'm just going to continue pushing. I just renovated. I actually redid a couple of logos that I had previously worked on, and you know, so I'm working on finding my shoot. I'm working on just, you know, finding what I'm going to stick with and what's actually going to appeal to everybody, and shoot, a blank right there.
Hey man, sometimes you know you got. It's almost as if it's a blurry vision.
And I'll see. Hey, thank you for saying that, because I didn't want to be the one to say
It's just true too, man. That's part of the hustle. You know what I mean? Shit, I'd be lying if I said I knew what was gonna happen every time. You know what I mean? It's, you never know until you stick your neck out and you take the chance. And more often than not, if there's no risk, there's no reward.
Exactly,
so
man.
anybody watching this, I challenge you to step up. You don't know what you're doing? Who gives a shit? Put your best foot forward and attack the day. Seize carpe diem. I got a tattoo on my chest. Seize the day. Take full advantage of what you got in front of you. You're about your hustle. Let's see what you got. I'll put you in the hot seat and let me know what makes you tick. I mean, that's just what it is. That's really what Do What I Want represents. How Blurry Vision is now a part of it with me too, man. I support everything you got going on, brother. So
hey, thank you very much.
hell,
I
fuck
respect
yeah,
that,
dude.
man.
Hell yeah.
I see why you chose the wolf.
You know, true to it, brother.
You're a wolf or sheep, man.
You man, lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep.
Right. Hey,
So,
shout out to Flatbush.
man, Flatbush, if y'all watch this, please hit me up.
Seize the day. Hey, man.
Well, my man, with that, let them know where they can reach you. If you got Instagram, whatever you're doing, let them know.
Yeah, these days, you know, I mean, I'm doing everything off of Instagram. You can reach me at on Instagram at Shawnee G, ShawniiiG.
3 eyes.
3 eyes, always keep it 3. And you could actually reach me on my other Instagram, Blurry Vision page, actually. It's at BLRIIIBZN, Blurry Vision. And you can actually book an appointment for a haircut on my Shawnee G page. So go ahead and, you know.
Keep a clean cut, hit my man up. That's all it takes, folks.
That's all it takes.
And with that, guys, I want to let y'all know too, here at the shop, month of August is almost over, but we still have a 30% discount code going on here all month long. So if you shop online, use discount code back to school, you get that. Or if you come see me, everything in the shop is automatically discounted already. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. My Instagram is DWIW_clothing. You can reach me on there. We also have a trash pickup that we're going to do tomorrow morning. We're going to go through the city of Las Cruces, pick up some trash, and help make it look beautiful as it already is. So with that, man, I want to cheers you one more time. Thank you for coming here on Whetto's World with me. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you for having me, bro. It's been an honor.
Hell yeah, man. Till next time, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.